Hiya, Jasmine here. As I said in video 1, it might be necessary for us to update these videos to reflect any changes that come as a result of firmware updates. So we now have a new firmware release, which for the keypad is 1.2.3.4 and for the lock is 1.2.2.3. And this video is to summarise the changes that have been made in the firmware. Where the operation is different, we'll append any of the other individual training videos in this series. So the locks will now come out with a default master code of 0087654321. One of the changes that's been made is that force code changes are now optional, but as a result of that it's now enforced to change the master code when the locks are first set up, and it's not possible to change them back again to the factory default of 0012345678. So when they come from us, they'll be on 0087654321. Don't worry, I had loads of fun updating all the user instructions. I just mentioned that force code changes are now optional, so the default condition is that it's switched off. Previously, when you added a new user into the lock, their code wasn't valid to be used to open the lock until it had been changed. Now it's an optional feature. The default condition is that it's switched off, but it is possible for the master code to go in and turn that feature back on again if it's required. We now have an audible and visual signal when time delay is active, so you get a red flash and low beep every 10 seconds when time delay is counting. And then when it clicks over into the open window, you get a green flash and high beep every 10 seconds to indicate that the lock is in the open window and can be opened. The process to add users has been made much easier, so on a display keypad like the 702 display, by default users have the ability to open and audit the lock, so it's not necessary to go in and specify that privilege. You just need to scroll straight down to add user and press enter. Obviously without the forced code changes, it means that the code you then add is valid for use immediately, so should save a little time. For 702 display, the final thing is that the length of time the screen stays on for has been increased to 20 seconds, so that should provide plenty of time to perform any master or manager functions.